It's your friendly neighborhood laser lady. If you started a laser business or you're about to, there's something you need to hear before you put another dollar or even another hour into it. Most laser businesses don't survive year one. Why? They don't fail because their products were bad. They don't fail because their laser broke. They fail because of one thing that is completely invisible until the damage is already done. Let's dive into it. Invisible mindset trap. So here's how it goes. You've done your research, you found your machine, it arrives and you're ready to go. You start making things, coasters, keychains, signs, ornaments, all the classics. People love them. You get your first sale, maybe with a neighbor or a coworker, and it's an absolute rush. So you make more things. You stay up late. You perfect your settings. You're creating, you're selling, you're showing up. You're doing all the steps. You feel like an entrepreneur. But then you sit down at the end of maybe month 3 and you do the math. And the math does not math. You spend $200 on materials, you sold $300 worth of product, but you worked like 40 hours that month, maybe more. To calculate $100 profit divided by 40 hours is only $2.50 an hour. You're paying yourself less than minimum wage to run a business that you love. And that's the trap. And here's the part that really gets me. It doesn't feel like a trap when you're in it because you are making sales. People do love your work. You're not failing, you're just grinding until one day the excitement wears off, the sales slow down or stop, and life gets complicated. And the business that was supposed to give you freedom becomes another thing that drains you. So you walk away thinking, well, I guess that just wasn't for me. It was for you. You just got caught in the #1 laser business killer in year 1, and that is thinking like a crafter instead of a business owner. Crafter in chief. Now, before you go throwing something at me, I'm a crafter. I love making things. That is never going to go away, and I would never want it to. But there's a difference between making for the love of it and running a business. And in year 1, most of us never actually make that switch. So here's how the crafter mindset shows up, and it's sneaky in 3 very specific ways. #1, pricing for materials, not for value. When you're thinking like a crafter, you look at a product and think, oh, this cost me like $3 in materials. It took me 20 minutes. I'll charge $8. But a business owner asks a completely different question. What would a customer pay for this result? What problem does it solve? What is the transformation worth? Because your $8 laser engraved gift, well, when positioned right, it's a $45 experience. I've done it, my son has done it. Same laser time, same materials, totally different price. Here's an example so you maybe finally believe me. When I was growing up, my mom was a screen printer. You know, like putting the images onto t-shirts. I got into it eventually too, of course. A blank t-shirt's like $2, the ink's maybe $1, selling the shirt, $25. Sometimes more depending on the design and where you're selling them. I wasn't making $8 Walmart graphic tees. I was making wearable art. #2, selling products instead of solving problems. Crafters make things and then try to find someone to buy them. Craft shows, community yard sales, Facebook Marketplace, things like that. Business owners find a problem their customer has and then makes a thing that solves it. This sounds like a tiny shift or maybe a big one, but it changes everything. What you make, who you target, how you price it, and how you even describe it. Here's a nice wooden sign is a maker pitch. Here's a fun customizable gift for a mom who's impossible to shop for is a business pitch. Which one do you think is going to sell faster? It's the same thing. I sell jewelry. Nobody needs jewelry to survive, but they do need that whimsical conversation piece that's going to tie together their entire outfit for that cruise they've been planning. You don't need to invent new products. You just need to business-itize the way you market your products. Number 3, not knowing your real numbers. And I don't just mean your material costs, I mean your time per piece, your overhead, your average order value, your best-selling products by actual profit, not just by volume. I used to make things that I sold constantly, and I was just so proud of how fast they moved. And then I actually did the math and realized that they were some of my worst performers in terms of real profit per hour. I was just keeping myself busy, and busy does not mean profitable. As a business, you have to decide either to simplify, increase price, or exit completely. We're getting into it now, but things like this is why I started the Ignite and Scale Summit. It's a 3-day learning event where a huge group of laser business owners, some who you may recognize here from YouTube, have transformative lessons on how to find your perfect product and scale your laser business, new or old. But before I get more into all that, let's cover some easy steps to get into this business mindset. Big business brain time. So how do you make the switch? How do you go from a crafter brain to a business brain without losing love for what you do? Well, here's the good news. You don't have to become a spreadsheet person. No TPS reports required. But there are 3 things I want you to start doing this week, or honestly, like right now. First, do your hourly rate math. Take your revenue from the last 30 days, subtract your material costs, and divide what's left by the number of hours you actually worked. Write that number down. Don't know how many hours you worked? Let's start with writing that down. So how does it feel? If it's under 15 bucks an hour, we have a lot of work to do. You should be aiming for at least 25 to 30 bucks an hour minimum, and many with 6 months or more experience should be hitting $50 or more. And that's not greedy, that's a business. And if you excuse it with things like, well, I watch TV when I'm putting things together, or blah, 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 that doesn't mean you should be paid less. That just means you have a really cool job. Second, audit your product line by profit per hour, not by sales volume. Your best-selling product is not necessarily your most profitable product. Make a simple list. What did each product sell for? What did the materials cost? And how long does it take you to make? Divide the profit by the time taken to make it. I promise that your list will surprise you. Third, pick one problem, not one product. Instead of thinking, I'm going to sell laser cut earrings, think I'm going to be the go-to person for unique gifts for teachers in my area. Now everything gets easier. Your marketing, your products, your pricing, your ideal customer, obviously. You're not just a crafter anymore. You're solving a specific problem for a specific person or group of people. That's a business. I made this exact shift and it literally changed everything for me. It wasn't overnight, it took embarrassingly long, and it's something I actually have to check myself with throughout the years. But once it clicks, you'll stop working for $2 an hour and start working smarter for a whole lot more. If I can do it, you can do it. I'm no genius. I'm just a silly little goose who started this thing, took like 5 years figuring it out, and then 7 more years perfecting it. Ignite and scale your laser business. If you're sitting there going, oh no, I think I have the crafter mindset problem. First of all, awareness is everything. You're already further along in your business journey and you don't even know it yet. But don't just sit with it. Invest in yourself and your business at the Ignite and Scale Summit with me, May 12th through 14th. This is where we take all of the pricing, the positioning, the product itself, and actually work through it for your business. I've got JJ with Chalk Watts, Michael from Laser Engraving 911, Bale from Just One More Project, and a bunch of other speakers going over product creation, Etsy strategies, and marketing ideas, and maybe even the motivation you need to pivot your laser business toward a whole new direction. I've got free offers from Laser Mapmaker, Cuddle.xyz, and there's even a chance to win a free mini laser from Raymoto. The link is down below. It's coming up fast, and I would love to see you there. And in the meantime, go do that hourly rate math while you watch my pricing strategies for craft markets video right here. It might be the most important 10 minutes you spend on your business today. Thanks so much for watching and happy crafting!